welcome to The Relevance of Now with William Linville. My name is Michael Connell. I'm your host. And hey, Will.
Hey, Michael, how's it going, buddy? Are you having a lot of fun?
I am having a lot of fun. Thank you. Recently, on one of your webinars, you mentioned that we can share with ourselves that we are an unlimited facet of and as creator. And that's struck me in its profoundness and its feeling, how it feels in the body. And I wanted to explore it a little bit further in what do you mean by being an unlimited facet of and as creator?
Yeah, right now, to put it in layman's terms, let's look at the whole world. Let's look at your loved ones around you, all the dear ones that are in your live stream, from the parents all the way to the kids, the grandkids, whatever it may be for you, grandparents, employment, employers, coworkers, to police, to the city regulations, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's take a breath for a moment. Let's bring our consciousness through the heart, all the way through the throat, all the way through the third eye. So now let's come through the third eye, the pineal and pituitary gland, to open your eyes through the third eye and through the heart to see all these dear ones as they are, even for whom they're perceiving themselves to be at any given moment. Now, let's go right into your unlimitedness, which is a much misinterpreted phrase. Unlimitedness is, as we look at all these dear ones, the outside world, everyone in the outside world, everything in the outside world, whether it be the forest to the corporate world, to buildings, to cities, to anything and everything that is in your surrounding area. Now, I want you to, through your third eye, through your heart, I want you to see how many dear ones, some are at a higher vibration, some are more lighter, some are more darker, some are more denser, some are more playful. Now, right here, right now, let's toss out the window that I am a Will, or I am a Michael, or I am a Susanna, or a Jennifer, or a Mary, or an April, or a Becky. Let's toss all that stuff out into the ethers for a moment. Now, let's switch our focus into, as we look outside of ourselves, that unlimited light, that unlimited love, you as creator, you connected in your own divine birthright. Let's emanate, let's permeate, let's expand right now. Just in light, it's in love, not because someone perceives to be broken. No one's broken. That's just creator waking itself up. And if you look at it through these eyes, that's creator pretending to be a janitor, or creator pretending to be a drama queen or king, creator pretending to be an animal, creator pretending to be a plumber, CEO, a mother, mother-in-law, father, father-in-law, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, blah, blah, blah. Now, for a minute, let's just see it for what it is. There's creator emanating as a facet of creator that it is, doing its best to remove all the overlays, the egoic overlays, the belief system overlays, the emotional overlays, to its most simplistic source. It's like everyone's a cosmo within themselves, where there are different signatures, there's different tones, there's different vibrational frequencies, there's also different encodements of consciousness, but at its source, it is still that of and as creator, emanating, acclimating, amplifying within and through the body. or whatever body it may be through the physical. Now, let's all get in touch for a moment with the light of you, as creator, that emanates such light, such love, not empathy, not sympathy, more like, well, there's creator over there pretending to be a this. So as we look into within and through creator over there pretending to be a this or a that, let's go right to their source to light up, even infuse that creator essence, cutting right through the ego, the mental, the emotional, right into within and through creator right there before you, to see it, to be it, to emanate, radiate, activate, amplify, and accelerate, and lighting itself up. You, within your own vibratory levels, you're already affecting anyone and everyone, your home, the planetary grid system, even the cosmos right now. Just by you being in a body on a planet, you being in a body creates a beautiful attribute, a beautiful anchor of amplification that has a center point that emanates exponentially, kind of like the pebble tossed into a glassy pond. It creates a ripple effect. You are that you are. Now, whether we're in traffic, whether we're at the grocery store, it doesn't really matter where we're at or what we're doing. Let's all just take a breath and through your nose all the way down to your crater vortex below the navel. Let's just take off all those costumes, all those projections, all those judgments, all of those personality attributes. And with a deep exhale, just letting ourselves amplify, emanate, not living by anyone else's rules, anyone else's belief systems, not even your own belief systems that have been projected upon you that you bought into and considered and commanded to be reality. Let's just all look right here, right now, right through it, beyond it, and accelerating faster and faster as we're rising, emanating, activating, and amplifying with just so much more ease, benevolence, and grace. So let's emanate and emanate. Because right now we're in our limited state. There's no end, no limit to how much love, how much light beingness that you can emanate or even send to another. You're not giving from a very personal, unique frequency and tone that has a limit. You're giving from the whole universe through your structure of your natural birthright that is unlimited, of how much love and light beingness you can emanate into another, how much passion, how much compassion, how many smiles or a pat on the back within yourself or even with another. We can sit there looking into within and through another's life stream as they're sharing it upon you and with you, not to go into woe is me, because that's going to drain you and them, but more about being that beacon, being that voice and beacon of clarity that can see them, their live stream, and all these, let's just call it conflicts within themselves or blockages within themselves that we sit side by side. It's none of our places to tell anyone what to do. That's a whole backdoor to the ego control issues. It's more about, like, why don't we sit with them, look at the whole thing like a game board in front of you both, sitting side by side, heart to heart, and then sharing with them, this is what I see. And have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Have you tried this, tried that? Of all these different ways to supersede, overcome, go beyond whatever issues may be playing out for them, or maybe perceptional blockages within them that are playing out in their outside world. Now we're sitting there side by side, heart to heart, once again with great love, great honor, great light, great compassion, and passion, where we're able to sit and look at everything kind of like on a, let's say, movie screen or out in front of you both, because now we're heart to heart, side by side. So now we can put all the perceivable identifications, conflicts, and so forth out in front of us both. And they share what they see, you share what you see. But the point is, unlimitedly speaking, there's endless solutions. Now it's kind of like solutions don't equal going head to head, horn, locking horns. There's no ego to have to prove. whether it be estrogen or testosterone. When we go into estrogen and testosterone, yeah, now we're borderlining. They're chemicals by all means, but why are we borderlining on going into fight and flight all over again? Like there's another battle, the light versus the dark. If you rise above this for a moment, at the core of everything, from the lightest of light to the darkest of dark, the core and the source is still pure light, pure love, pure creator consciousness. Now, it's how do we navigate, guide, assist, facilitate, sit with another side by side, no walls up, no self engrossed identification, but really just with a wide open heart that has no end. And it's kind of awesome. Well, it's not awesome, it's brilliant. Because you see, when you walk away from that, your heart's more open and you're feeling all this vibrancy, radiance, and literally it's removing all the pockets of buildup within yourself and within your physical life stream. And it's also affecting theirs as well. And now we truly have another communion, heart to heart, another brethren, not based in gender, but based in side by sideness. As I am creator, I acknowledge and see you as creator, which is a whole true definition of namaste. The creator in me sees the creator in you, but now the creator that I am sees the creator that you are. All right, Mr. Michael?
Yes, as I've been sitting here feeling what it feels like to be unlimited, and also you were sharing about emanating, I felt, I'm going to call it like a force field around me.
Yeah, but it's not holding you in, it's keeping the other stuff out.
There was much more of a stillness when I just felt what it feels like to be unlimited.
Uh huh.
In that feeling, there is an expansion, and then you shared to emanate it, and it really, I want to thank you because feeling these things is so important in assisting us in the marriage of the higher and lower, and really being in the relevance of now, being in our presence, and that we have all these abilities because we are this unlimitedness.
Uh huh.
And every time for me, every time I get to remind myself, I'm that much closer to experiencing it and being it more and more moments throughout the day.
And it's so much fun, Michael, because it takes you into that point where whether you have a 9 to 5 job in a building over here, or maybe you're a baker, bakeress, maybe you're a magician, maybe you're an athlete, whatever it may be, a question right here, right now, to ask ourselves, literally, factually, and direct as we can. Am I changing because of what I do? So when I go into the office, I'm wearing my hypothetical battle gear, trying to play a part, rah, rah, rah. Or am I really bringing myself to that place of employment and letting the employment around me change, metamorphosize? Because it will, especially when you're not trying to control what it has to be. But it is that diligent, embodied courage to bring you to any and every situation, scenario, in all parts of life, whether it be the in laws, whether it be your own family monad, whether it be parenting, whether it be all this other stuff, siblings, and all that. Am I going to try to fit into their comfort zone of what they want me to be? Or am I going to rise to the occasion and be who I am?
Right.
Because see, when you're rising to the occasion and being who you are, I mean, you go on a golf course, for example, and okay, you wear these kind of pants, you wear this argyle sweater, socks, whatever, whatever. You have to play this way, look this way, put on this form, put on this appearance. Or what if we just go as ourselves? If there's an etiquette, okay, you're signing up to that. Okay, wear argyles or something, but you're not becoming the argyles. It's a costume. You're not a good golfer, not a bad golfer. You're just the creator playing golf. So there's no right or wrong, good or bad, because this is where But I come back to walking your own walk. Now, by not fitting in, yeah, I promise you it's going to bring up fear within you because it makes you perceive yourself as an ego identity to be vulnerable, to stand out, to be over here and others might judge you. Okay, well, great. They might not. But really, even if you tried to play the part, if you tried X, Y, and Z, I mean, honestly, would they really still be able to tell you who you are? Or is it you changing to be what they think you should be to fit into this tiny little box? And where it's like, well, heck, I'm not that identity. I'm not that deity that they want me to be. But then again, I am so much better at being myself than trying to play the guessing game when I know basically at this point, every linear 2 minutes, their wanting of you is going to change. And then we get into the energy game where you still got to change this, change that, be a this, be a that, and it constantly keeping you on your toes to be what perceivably they want you to be rather than once again being yourself. And humanity as a whole, everyone deserves Oscars for this one of constantly changing themselves, trying to be this, trying to be that, playing the best roles they can. And that's fine. That's great. Hurrah and Golden Globes and everything else. And congratulations. But now we come to the heart level, the heart of it all, of yourself emanating, permeating, and arising within yourself and as yourself without any other extracurricular sort of projection or perception about what you should be versus who you are in the first place. Sure does lighten the load, Michael.
It does. Well, and I've enjoyed the experience of feeling unlimited. So, for example, you could say feeling your creator consciousness or feeling your light beingness or feeling the this expression of love that you are. And what I've experienced with feeling just unlimitedness, feeling unlimitedness. And it feels like all of those things, but it doesn't have a definition. I don't have a definition for what unlimitedness feels like. But when I ask myself, I feel more playful, I feel a little lighter.
Because unlimitedness does not fit into a box. Same with unconditional love. So, as an example, let's just bring your consciousness through your heart. Just put your hand there if you want, whatever makes it easiest for you to connect with that level of you. Now, let's bring your consciousness from there all the way through the throat, through the pineal and pituitary glands, the third eye, through the crown. And let's just go above the mass collective consciousness, beyond the astral planes of consciousness, just into the whole universe, all the star systems. And if you want, go beyond the star systems. But right now, let's just be right there. We have no focal point. We have no 0 point right now. And as we're there, let's just let ourselves be embraced by the whole universe, solar system, cosmos, star systems, Milky Ways. Well, right now, we don't have a singularity I. We just are. We don't have an identity. We don't have anything we need to do about or with anything. Let's just be right there, letting yourself right here, right now, be embraced. Just letting yourself right here, right now, be integrated and stabilized. Be right here, right now, letting yourself be fully, thoroughly, and completely held, suspended, and embraced, where we don't have any limitations, we don't have any confinements, we don't have any personal egoic identities. We just are that we are, beyond form, beyond thought forms, beyond emotion, beyond survival. Because right now, there's nothing to survive from, there's nothing to run to or run from. And let's just let ourselves be suspended, held, embraced through and by the rest of all that is. You as the facet of all that is just right here, right now, letting yourself be held, caressed, embraced, but just that much more ease and grace. And what is that like for you, Michael?
It has, it's hard to, it doesn't really have a lot of words because it's just so expansive. The stillness is, it's just so peaceful.
And how's your body responding to this?
It feels just like a vibrational frequency throughout all the cells.
And how does that feel?
Feels amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
It is. And then at the same time, the energy from the body just feels like 10 times or more than normal. Just feels like it goes forever.
Exactly, because it does.
So getting that feeling, it's so empowering in talking about how our cells really do and can emanate way beyond the body.
Yeah. And the cool part, Michael, is that you never left your body. You raised your consciousness like a ladder of vibrational frequencies moving up, moving up to within and through the whole universe. But see, the fun part is that as we reach those higher echelons of consciousness, it's where you're still in your body. I mean, that's the whole point. But you're bringing the whole universe down through your body. And now, even just as fun is that we start to watch as there's nothing we need to make a certain way. There's nothing we need to hold on to. There's nothing we need to identify with. There's nothing that we do identify with by any means, which in turn, magnetically speaking, it releases all these magnetic cords to all of these predispositions of realities and manifestations to try to keep everything in your outside world through the comfort zone, everything the same, where it goes all the way into pain is bad, comfort is good. The point of life is to be undisturbed. And we're in the body, as we just unplug from all those magnetics, we're out of a cyclical cycle now. So we're not being ran by patterns. We're not being ran by survival, fight and flight mode. We're not being ran by everything's got to be this way, look this way, be respond this way, respond that way. Where we're totally out of all of that, where now we can allow with ease and grace. And I say allow, but not as a job, more as a welcoming for long-term beneficial changes for within the magnetic outside linear world to start occurring. Something's moving out, eons of stuff moving in that are better suited and at a vibratory level and frequency that are even much, much more embracing, much, much more encompassing, much, much more amplified to bring you pleasure and to really have your heart's desires that go beyond the mental levels, perceivable desires based in a third dimensional plane of existence and emanation to where now we're open to the whole universe. and all the gifts the whole universe has to offer beyond what the mental, analytical, emotional levels could ever even dream of or imagine.
Well, let's bring it on.
Bring it on, buddy.
Thank you, Will, and thank you, everyone, for joining us. This has been The Relevance of Now with William Linville. Please click subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.
Namaste.